sure he doesn't like running to the pond. I know, but I can't see him with this giant thing.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Hello. We're almost starting. Hello. Everyone say Tom. 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 Oh, there you are. Tom, do you know how to do it, Tom? Hold on. Okay, Tom, I'm gonna invite. Hold on. Okay.
I just want to look at
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like those board?
Yeah, that too. Sorry. I'm really good at communicating right now. I know. I'm so good. That's what my kids. I want one of those. Like, what are you talking about? That thing. Like, I don't know what that thing is. You have to actually tell me, and then I just do it. Now I know where they learned it. Right here. Yeah. Yours truly. There, Port Highway. Are you getting what? Hi, Rick. Steph, nice to meet you.
Oh.
Okay, now we've got the wrong height. Not the one we wanted.
So you'd have to put down farther out.
It was. This usually just works. Okay. Okay. Odd such, God such, heavy such, non-cozy base such. Odd such, God such, heavy such, non-cozy base such. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, good. It's connected. Let's just test it. It seems to be working. Oh no, that's not that.
Split up again. You guys are all jumping in. Kids will do it.
What do kids do?
They'll jump in the water.
Want to jump in the water after his in?
someone jump on
Yeah. It's coming. Yeah, we're not supposed to be jumping off the bridge.
Satnam. Okay, can I get a big long Satnam ready? Waheguru, Satnam. Welcome to our welcome family, friends I haven't met yet. I'm so glad you were able to come to support your loved ones in this graduation ceremony and party that we put together. To start out, I would love to invite my group leaders up here. And we have to do an official opening of our ceremony. Okay. This is like our opening ceremony. And I'm making it up as I go along, and I'm gonna have Maria lead us in our opening cheer. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru.
Waheguru is like praising God. Like God is great. Hey, we're gonna start to your right, our left. Here we go. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru.
You can sit down. I'll you in a minute. Thanks for being on the spot available. See, that's what a teacher can do. See that? These ladies are all teachers. They graduated, some of them in 2019, all of them in 2019. And when you're a teacher is many things. So at Tree of Life Kundalini Yoga, we do not train yoga instructors. We create teachers, or we co-create. The universe, God does the rest. We do our part. The role of the teacher is to elevate, to be a forklift, to uplift all big and small. All of your loved ones who have worked really hard to get here, they put in 200 hours all together with us, and as well as lots of hours at home, practicing, doing homework. And they also took an oath. So those of you who are teachers, raise your right hand and let's do the teacher's oath so all your family can know what it is. Okay, before they ever teach class, each time they chant, they say this: I am not a woman, I am not a man, I am not a person, I am not myself, I'm a teacher. They are teachers. They are not, when they sit in the role of the teacher, it's beyond human. They really have to just be the pipeline for the divine to come through. Yogi Bhajan said, whether you are competent or not, capable or not, you must undertake to serve. If you are not competent, not capable, the law of vacuum of God will come through. You shall not be let down. So I'd like to just let you all pause and think about that for a moment. Lots of people sign up for teacher training not knowing why, or how, or when, or what they'll do with it. But whether you're competent or not, capable or not, you must undertake to serve. So on some level, they undertook, and the vacuum of God came in and filled that. And they're all amazing teachers. Some of them were like, I don't plan on teaching. I just want to hang out and chant mantras, or I want to deepen my practice. And some of them have been surprised to find that they are teachers, and they've always been teachers. There's a great quote by Yogi Bhajan that says, well, I'll read that one in a minute. So Kundalini Yoga is a system. It's a technology. A practical application of this technology creates elevation, creates God realization for whatever path you're on. This is a path for all truth seekers, for in whatever religion they are part of. But we also, I personally, and I don't apologize for this, I really love Jesus Christ, and I believe his way is a great example for every student of truth. So we've created a Christ-centered Kundalini Yoga teacher training that welcomes all comers, and it was really beautiful and fun. And there's something else I want to read to you. Yogi Bhajan said, you have many internationally known by political office or status, but you can count on your fingers the people who are internationally known by their spirit. I think that all of these teachers are universally known by their spirit. All of these people that are going to get up and receive their certificates today, and even the ones who aren't here, who might join us online, who some of them will be able to speak to us. They are known, maybe not in this world, but they're known, like universally known by their spirit, by their bright light. A teacher says what is right and not what is pleasing, wanting, or needing. The most important thing that I'd like to share, I'd like to say and encourage our graduates to do going forward is to just keep practicing, even when you don't want to, even when you feel unsupported, even when it's unpopular, keep practicing. Because like I said, the law of the vacuum comes in to fill it. And teach wherever you can. You may think you don't plan on teaching, but the students will show up. And keep learning and growing the teachings that you've just embraced, because you've just scratched the surface. There's so much more. And this is I'm going to share two quotes from one from Rilke and one from Yogi Bhajan. And then we're going to start with the celebrating the graduates and have them receive their certificate. So the great poet, the German poet Rilke, who I love, said, "We must accept our reality as vastly as we possibly can. Everything, even the unprecedented, must be possible in it. This is, in the end, the only kind of courage that is required of us, the courage to face the strangest, most unusual, most inexplicable experiences that can meet us." And Yogi Bhajan said, "You just understand with the grace of being a Kundalini Yoga teacher, there's a vastness of your heart which must go with it." So I'm going to invite these giant-hearted people. These are these women, and men can do Kundalini Yoga too. We just happen to have a lot of women in this training. And we have a couple of men too who might speak to us today, but come on up. These are my group leaders. They did teacher training in 2019 and they chose to come back to help out and to do it again. And to be the helpers and guides for the new students. And I'm going to let them tell you why they did it and anything else you want to share. I'll let you keep this stage.
Okay. So my name is Crystal, or Amrita Korban Kar. And at my teacher training in 2019, I had the most profound experiences that were so transformative that really allowed me to see very clearly the duality in my life. And what I really needed in my life was my true self and to be able to honor my true self. So, and that's what God had planned for me. So because of that great experience and continuing my practice, as well as just the most incredible community that I've ever been a part of, that is a community that supports you in your true self, your divine role, your God-given talents and gifts, and all the gifts that you're growing in. That has been so life-changing for me and so uplifting and supportive that I knew I had to come back as much as possible. So I'm here again and I'm helping out, and really as helpers or leaders, we are just learning so much more. And from all of the students, they're incredible. Their tenacity and all of the amazing talents that they bring and gifts that they bring have been amazing. And I'm just so grateful to Felice and Namjoti for showing up and for putting it together and doing what she was called to do. And hopefully we can all do the same. So.
I am Siri Cavalia. And like Crystal, I did yoga teacher training in 2019. And before that, I had been doing yoga, doing the Kundalini yoga for about 4 years with just reading Namjoti's book and learning it and doing a little bit online with her. But I really had felt such a difference in my life. It changed me on the inside, and it was hard to put into words or really identify, but it made me feel so good I didn't want to miss a day of doing my Kundalini yoga. And I felt called to do the teacher training when she did it in 2019. It was 2018, and I had huge blocks of to being able to go, and prayed for them to be removed, and they were. And I was able to attend the teacher training. And I met my yogi family, and I found a community of people that loved me and that I felt so connected to very quickly. They became my best friends, and we continued to gather often to spend time together. So when Namjoti said she was doing another teacher training, I knew I wanted to be a part of it. I knew, one, that I didn't learn everything the first time. I don't know about you, but it takes repetition for me to learn some things sometimes. And so I was very grateful to be able to go back and audit the class again, hear it all again. And sometimes it feels like it's the first time you heard it. But that's how we learn, by repetition. And I have been so grateful to know these new students, these new teachers, and to make new best friends. Really, it's the best. So Satnam.
So I'm Tammy, or Mahanatma, and I don't know what else I can really add to what Crystal and Maria have said, but I started doing yoga too about 4 years before our teacher training, and I found Namjoti's book and Namjoti and started practicing, and then moved across the world to Japan
and was kind of all by myself there doing yoga for a while and then moved back. So it was so nice to be able to have a community and to go to teacher training and to not only learn more about Kundalini yoga, but to gain so much extra knowledge and experience from the people that I met there. So I'm just very grateful for the community that we've built. And now we get more people in our community that have amazing talents and abilities. And I'm just grateful to be part of it. So thank you all for allowing me to be part of it. And I have loved all of our student teachers, our teachers today that are going to be new, vetted, vested teachers. And I'm just so proud of all of you for all the work that you've accomplished. So, yes.
Hi, I'm Amarjot Kaur, and my mom is Namjoti. I started doing yoga when I was born because that's when my mom discovered yoga. So I'm lucky to be raised into it. And like all of them, I got certified in 2019. And before then, I had been doing Kundalini yoga a lot, especially when I was 8. I taught a 6-week kids course as an 8-year-old, which is really fun. And I love teaching kids because there's a kids camp soon that you should sign your kids up for, because you don't have to be a certain age to teach yoga. Clearly, I got certified at I just turned 13. And I'm glad I came back because I want to come back for a lot of these. When I came to my first training, I wasn't actually planning on getting certified, but then I decided that I just loved it too much, and so I had to be. And now I get to come back and relearn and reapply my knowledge and use it better and be a better teacher. And I'm really lucky to have my mom arrange all these amazing things and bring us all together. So, yeah.
Satnam. Okay. Thank you. Now, so when I say they're my helpers, they were literally they were the group leaders of 6 or 7 women and men who would, go to them when they needed questions answered or when they were having a meltdown, because when you're doing Kundalini yoga, you're either in total bliss or sometimes you're having a meltdown, and it could be you the next day, it's good. Kundalini yoga really helps us process and break these generational and cultural bonds that have been keeping us from our vastness. So they have been really like the mama hens. And I wear many, many hats, and they've helped me a lot to not have to wear all the hats. And I'm still learning to delegate, but they were super helpful. And so I'm going to now ask each of them. They are the lucky ones. They get to present their graduates. And I'm going to go with Crystal first, and you can present the ones you have that are getting certificates. After every person walks up and gets their certificate, you'll get the mic, and you need to talk to us for a couple of minutes, tell us a little bit about, give your acceptance speech. And then you're going to walk over there and get a gift from me. I have a gift for you all. And then if any of you have anyone that's online that is going to receive a certificate, just let us know so we can put them on the screen. Okay. So hopefully they can hang out and wait for their turn. I know Sam has to go back to work, but okay. Amrita Kurban, you're first. Oh, wait. I don't know. Sure. Mahanama. Mahanama and Amrita were joint group leaders for the Luna Lavandula group. They even have a cheer, but I'm not going to make them do it.
Okay, so let's do Sam first.
Let's do Sam.
in there? Yeah, Sam, you're gonna go first. I also have Kylie and Sandy. I have Sandy on there too. I will. Okay.
All right. So, Sam. This is Sam's certificate so that everybody can see it. Sam, can you see your certificate?
Mhm.
If you were here, Fateh Anand Singh, we would give you your certificate and a gift that we have for you as well. So we'll have to send that to you. But so Amarjot and I wanted to talk about Sam for a little bit. All of the students in our group were amazing, and I could go on and on and on about all of you, but you all had things in common. You were all kind. You all radiated a lot of light. I loved to be around all of you, and I learned a lot from all of you. I learned a lot from Sam. Sam is wise beyond his years, and I think of him as my big little brother, even though he's the same age as my older son, but he's like a little brother. He was such a good sport to be around all of us women. Sometimes he was the only man in camp, and he was such a good sport about it. And he has learned a ton over the last few months. I have seen him, he was amazing when he started, but now he's even more amazing. And I just love to be around Sam. So I appreciate him being in our group. He was always so helpful. He was always so kind. He was always so ready to do whatever needed to be done. And I really appreciated that. And Amarjot has some things she wants to say about Sam too.
Well, hello, Sam, even though I don't think you can see me, but
Yeah.
No,
oh,
I see you.
over there.
Everybody sees
I'm here.
Wow.
I don't think it's gonna go. That's not.
All right.
Let's not break it.
Is it-
It's fine.
Are we gonna die?
You can put it up there now.
Okay. Well,
I think it'll fit. I'm smiling.
oh boy. All right. Well, I will. So when I had to think of the best word to describe Sam, I would say a warrior, because Sam is such a strong, like, stable person, and also has been through a lot. And you're very outdoorsy, and it was always fun to like go outside. You are very funny to be around, and I can tell that as a teacher, you have a very commanding presence. It's a good thing, not a bad thing. I'm really excited for you to be a teacher. So yeah.
You get to talk now.
You want me to talk? Can everyone hear me? Can you hear me?
Nope.
No? Can you hear me? I'll keep talking until you say, okay, you're good.
Could be. I can't hear him.
Can't hear me. How about now? How about now?
Hang on a second.
I'm not on
Hold on,
mute.
Sam.
Okay.
Okay, we might have to come back to Sam's speech. Hold on. It's a television. Does anyone want to help me quickly turn the sound onto the television?
La 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 la.
Oh wait, hold on.
Can you hear me?
Wait.
Hello? Yeah.
How do we? Which one do I mute? Which one do I mute? Try now, Sam.
Hello?
Yeah.
How's that? Much
Yeah.
better? Okay. All right. So my acceptance speech. Wow. There could be a lot of things I could say. From where I started to where I am now, it feel a little weird just to say that I really do feel like it. Okay.
There we go.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, I'll keep going. I guess my 2 cents is I really became obsessed with figuring out myself out through this Kundalini. And it wasn't really through the Kundalini. It's kind of like, it just gave me the tools to be able to figure it out, because through my life, I feel like I was receiving most of my what to do with my life was becoming external. I was getting all of my what do I need to do with my life from everyone else. And I wasn't looking inward towards myself. And I didn't really know how to look inward towards myself, because it's so easy just to ask your whatever, just to get your answer, your mom, your friend. And then Kundalini started to redirect me back to myself. And that's why I became obsessed and in love with this teachings through the practices, because the most important thing for me was to figure myself out, you know. And the only way I was able to do that was through this Kundalini, because the process of the male ego, in my mind, it is so hard to learn how to let go of things, you know, and it is a natural human tendency to want to hold on and control. And you want to be the one who, you know, I'm going to create this outcome and make it happen. But, you know, it doesn't always happen that way, and life is life. And so I've become very thankful for these teachings. This Kundalini group is so special to me, because as I went inward, I started to feel like a bare naked baby in the street, like just literally, like I started to feel like I was alone, wet, sobbing in the street at some point. And then I realized that, like, no, there's other people who have started to do this research for themselves, and you can actually have the support system for people who redirect you back to yourself. And that's what's most important through being a teacher, is redirecting your students or who you have come in your life, and make sure you redirect them back to their selves, because you're never going to feel great enough until you wrap your mind around the concepts of what you're doing. You know, I'm not doing this based off of my mom or my dad or my friends or what's going on. No, I'm doing it for myself, because I believe it's true, and I want to feel the best way that I can. And Kundalini has proven that to me time and time again, where when I remove myself from it, then I'll find myself coming back to it, because I was able to get myself into alignment through the tools that I learned. And that's pretty much my acceptance speech. I'm very thankful. I wish I could be there with all of you, but I know that time is irrelevant. I will see everyone there sometime again, and I'm not worried about that. And, you know, Sat Nam. Thank you.
I know how to do it. Oh, I turned it off. It's right here.
No? There we go, like a rock star, right? Okay, so we're gonna do Kylie next. Kylie jumped in partway through and just became one of our group. Initially, I mean, like right off the bat, she was a good sport about just everything that was going on. And right off the bat, we found out that she was gonna have a little yogi. And I learned a ton from Kylie's experience going through. I didn't know that very much about pregnancy yoga, pregnancy Kundalini yoga. And so she offered an excellent example for us all to learn from. And so I was so grateful for that. But she's so happy. Kylie is just happy. She's fun to be around. She's smiley. She's such a cute mom. And she's a great example to me of just jumping in and doing the thing that she really wants to do. And she'll be getting her certificate in the next go. She'll be finishing up with Sawyer. So she's got, like Phoebe, like Amarjot, a little yogi right off the bat. And she and Sam are so cute together, because they're brother and sister. But I'm gonna
Can we
pass.
have her say something? She's here.
We're gonna have Phoebe say something.
And then we'll have.
Okay, then I'll do all the.
So, Kylie, when you came, I was very excited. I didn't know if you were staying, and maybe you didn't know either, but I'm very glad you did. And I was like, please, please stay. And I'm very glad because you are like the sweetest person ever. I'm really happy that you had Sawyer, and you're going to be a great mother. I already know, because growing up, just being in the yoga as when you're pregnant is the best. And you always make me laugh. But yeah, I wanted to be simple.
Okay, Kylie, your turn.
Okay, hold on. Just unmute it.
Can you hear me?
Nobody touch anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like Tammy said, I'm not gonna fully graduate until a little bit later. Having my baby in the middle of all of this was kind of insane, but amazing at the same time. Like, I don't really know what to say. I'm so grateful to have met everybody. I wish I could be there. Yoga came into my life at a time that I needed caliber. I love that word. It's just like my affirmation right now that I'm saying I have caliber, being a new mom. And that's what Kundalini gave me. It gave me the strength to have more energy every single day. As simple as that is, like, that's what I needed. And that's what it gave me when I was just going through mental health stress. I felt like I had some really hard days at our camp because I was clearing so much. But every time I clear something, I just felt like I had more caliber, more understanding, more strength to go into the next thing. And every conversation I had with everyone, like individually and as a group, like I always felt so welcome. And yeah, I'm just going to keep this simple too. I feel like Kundalini gave me the caliber I need to make it through this life happily. Because that's my dharma, is to live this life happily. And sometimes it's easier to like want to look at all the negative and not let the light of this life fill your heart with joy. And that's what Kundalini reminded me how to get back to that happy place again. I'm so grateful for that. Grateful for every single person here and for this beautiful family that I've gotten to be a part of. So, Sat Nam.
All right, Jackie, come on up. Or down. What is it? Up, down? Do you wanna? Oh, yeah, okay. So Jackie, here's her certificate. And, okay. It's official. All right, Jackie is one of our very technically minded people. Thank heavens for Jackie. I mean, without her, we wouldn't have a hotspot today. We're so grateful for all of her technical prowess that she has. She is so incredibly thoughtful as well. I don't know how many notes that I've received from Jackie over our time in teacher training, but she is so kind to send notes of appreciation, and she's so studious and on time. She's just a great example to me of doing what you say you're going to do and doing it well. And I am been very impressed with Jackie and her. She wasn't sure what she was doing at yoga training the first couple of days. She's like, what am I doing here? I'm not even sure. But she just jumped in and did it. And I'm so grateful for that.
Why, yes, Jackie, I'm very excited that you were in my group. You are always very caring and prepared, like you said in more better terms, but you're always prepared and ready to do it, even if you don't understand it yet. And then you did, and you learned very well. You're super fun to be around. I would hang out with you any day. You have big dreams, and then you achieve them, which is really awesome. Proud of you. Yes.
And we have a little gift from Phoebe and I. So that's a blend that I made called Aware. And it's a good, since Kundalini is the yoga of awareness, then I thought that would be a good thing to take into your teaching. You're welcome.
Would you switch places with them to the light so that you're not back? Okay. Thank you.
We did not know that we were going to be talking today, but I guess we could have assumed. I think that my journey with Kundalini Yoga has been quite an adventure because, like Tammy said, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it, and I still am like figuring that out. But I think for myself, when I was first introduced to the practice, I felt like it just came so naturally to me, like the lifestyle and the practice and all of the different principles and the pieces kind of fit into and in line with all of my current belief system. And I've had to kind of work through some contradictions in some of the things that other people had told me or that were coming at me from different places. And every single time I came back to the truth of and a witness of how supportive this practice is for this time in my life and to support me physically and mentally and spiritually. It has been so important for me to be able to jump in and do this, and really and truly have met eternal friends here and have been so grateful for the examples. I think especially with Felice and her willingness to sacrifice to put this together and do all the things that she has done to get herself to this point of being able to train us in a way that was Christ-centered and very different from other types of yoga trainings that are out there, and just so grateful. So thank you. And yeah, just super grateful. Thank you.
All right, Alexa. Yay, Alexa. All right, as Alexa's coming on down, Alexa is, well, like I said, everyone in my group is a bright light. Alexa just radiates bright light with her smile. She's so spirited. She's such a great teacher. Already, she's just innately a good teacher. She loves others. She has the best hugs ever. She's so energetic and outdoorsy. And I just love being around Alexa. I love being around Jackie and Sam and Kylie. And Lexi. I love being around all of you. But but especially you. No, just. But when I see Alexa, I just feel like, oh, yay, I feel good. Not to say that I don't feel good around the rest of you, because I totally do, but there's just something that Alexa has. So I'm grateful for that.
Hi, Alexa. So, basically the same first words. You are like the biggest light ever. I was glad to have someone close to my age, not really, but close. And it was like over 10 years apart. Closer, that's true. You were kind of like my older sister in a sense. You are innovative and creative. Something I can tell about you. You throw great parties. You are kind always, and a great teacher. Like naturally, when you got up there, I could just, it was amazing. But you are, Well, yes.
Going, sorry.
Oh, no, that was it. You're just an amazing teacher. And I'm glad to be part of your group.
This one is yours. Sorry. All right. So we're going to give you this, and then we're going to trade places with you so that you can talk. You guys.
I'm actually kind of surprised I got a certificate. I haven't finished my exam yet. It's fine. I know. It's like, I'll hand it back when we're done. Well, this teacher training has been very transformative for me. Our first week in June of last year, I came back and everyone at work and all my family was like, oh, how was it? How was your first week? And the only thing I could say was life-changing. And I was like, how can I change my life in 1 week? How can everything just already be so different? But it really has been extremely life-changing for me. And I am just full of gratitude for everything that I have learned. For me, this last year and with these tools and with this training, I have come closer to God than I ever have before. And it was during a very important time in my life for me to, I guess, reestablish that connection and deepen that within myself and knowing who I am and what I'm supposed to do here. And part of it is being a teacher, which I never thought. I always said that I could never be a teacher. I have lots of friends who are school teachers and I have always admired them. And I guess I can teach just in a different way and not in a school classroom. But I'm very excited for continuing my journey. I'm excited for level 2 and level 3, if you're gonna do level 3. But I'm just so thankful for all of you and everything that you guys have all done for me and for this information that I have. And I feel like I have a new life and a new path. And I'm very excited for that. Yogi Bhajan in The Master's Touch said, it is no longer in God I trust, but in God I dwell. And that has really been helping me a lot in the last few months, dwelling with God and doing more than just trust and relying on their miracles. So, Sat Nam, thank you. Okay, I tried to give Alexa Lexi's certificate, but now I have Lexi's certificate. So come on down. Sorry about that. All right, so pass that over. All right, Lexi, she's amazing. Lexi is such a gifted healer. She's so patient and intuitive and kind and creative, and she listens really, really well. Lexi's a good listener. So I have just felt a calmness around Lexi when I'm around her, and I'm just very grateful for that. She is a good example to me of a good mom. We share mom stuff, right? We both have children who are special to us, and I am grateful to have someone that I can talk to about that. And it's been wonderful. So I am happy to give Lexi her certificate, and I'm going to pass it to Amarjit.
Congratulations, Lexi. Lexi, you are always very caring, and resilient is a good word for you. Just notice that you can get through anything and still be positive about it and learn from it. You are a really great teacher. I'm pretty sure we all know that though. It's very obvious. And you're a fun personality and a great dancer because we've got to see some of that. And it was really fun. And I'm happy for you. And I'm excited to see what you do with the certificate now.
That's for you. Thank you. So Kundalini was dropped into my lap at the time that God knew some big things were coming for me in my life. And I didn't know how important this tool would be because I know a lot about a lot of different tools, and this was another one I was adding to my toolbox. And it became something that has been one of my essential tools. I work with people that deal with some pretty deep, heavy stuff. And in order to be a container for that and to hold space for that, you really need some help. And I am really grateful that God provided this tool for me in my life and for how it has helped me to come closer to Him and my heavenly parents, and to, like Tammy talked about in my parenting and helping my whole family. Kundalini has become a whole family affair. And whether my children realize it or not, me going away to Kundalini training has been a part of their therapy as well as mine. And my husband has gotten to experience Kundalini. I don't even know. Vicariously. And when you have someone in your life that is digging deep, you can't help but go along for part of the ride, willingly or unwillingly. So thank you, family. But no, they've been great. And actually, my children have been using the tool of Kundalini, and it's very rewarding to see how powerful it is for them and for other people in my life. And I am very grateful that I get to be a part of that and that I get to be a channel to share that with others all around me. So thank you, Satnam.
All right, so we want Fred to come up. Fred was part of our group too. And Fred is amazing with logistics and organizing and setting things up. I mean, he did the majority of this today, the setting up part, and Phoebe. But he's always happy to help, and he wants to get the most out of not only life, but out of his yoga training. And we were so happy to have Fred in our group, and he's still on his yoga journey. He'll get there eventually after all of the other cool things that he's doing. But I just wanted to recognize Fred as being a member of the Luna Lavandula group. And he and Sam were our male anchors in the group. And so we were happy to have them. So I have a yoga of awareness for you too.
Fred, well, Fred is very kind, always. You have a strong teaching voice. Like when you get up there, we know who's the teacher, and you're very outdoorsy. And like I said, like a natural leader. And I'm glad you're part of the group and part of my family. So yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, so the Kundalini yoga thing started about 5 years ago when I met Felice. So I had done like, yoga before that, kind of the more, not to bad on any type of yoga, but more the kind of just yoga is more focused on poses and stuff like that, So Kundalini yoga is actually the original yoga. It goes back 3,000 years and it combines, the poses and everything that you kind of see commonly. And then also it goes much deeper than that. So when I first met Felice, I was like, she's like, hey, we should do some yoga. I'm like, yeah, cool. That sounds cool. And then she's like, okay, I'll see you at 4:30 in the morning. It's like, what? She's saying, you need to take a 5-minute cold shower before you get there. It's like, what is this? So anyway, I showed up and I just kept coming after that. And, but yeah, so, one thing that really attracts me to Kundalini yoga is, a very important part of it is the concept of service. Whether you're serving God, Christ, your family, your friends, random people on the street, that is kind of one of the keys to, I guess, enlightenment, if you want to call it. Not that I've achieved enlightenment or anything, but so, that's something I'm really attracted to about it. And then, the dedication that it takes to do this stuff, because this is actually my second teacher training. And there'll probably be many more, but it takes, the amount of time they're putting into it. You got to give them a hand, seriously, because they're doing, hours of yoga and also, meditating and practicing. And, Phoebe always reminds me that, the meditation is the most important thing. And I definitely think that's true too, because I kind of have to do it because otherwise I'm even more of a jerk. So, she's like, did you meditate this morning? I was like, not yet. Okay, you need to go do that. All right. And I come back. I'm like, sorry, I was a jerk. So anyway, but yeah. So, and I admire the service that all the teachers put in because, they're there and helping out and, serving the students. And at the same time, the students are really putting the time in. I've watched them all grow quite a bit and it's been quite an adventure. We camped a couple times. Like one time that we went, I wasn't there for the whole time, but they were camping out in, 30-degree weather, 40-degree weather. So there's definitely a little bit of stuff like that. So, was it 24? I know, and I camp outside all the time, and I was sleeping in the bunk that time. I was like, oh, I'm not sleeping outside today. But anyway, congratulations to all the students. Thanks to all the teachers that helped out. I'm Jody, my wife. I love her. And I guess I'm very lucky to have Phoebe and Felice and Kundalini Yoga and all the people that are here. So, all right, love you. Thanks.
All right, so I need to talk about Phoebe for just a minute for Amarjot. She's my co-group leader, and she just jumped right in and helped in our group with whatever we needed. So I am very grateful for that. She taught like a pro. She ran our small group meetings like a pro, like, no big deal. I can do this, easy. She's confident, and I just love Phoebe. Love Amarjot, because she is amazing, and I can't wait to see what she does as she grows up and graduates from high school and then from college. So that's pretty amazing. All right.
Thank you. Shall I? Hey, now I gotta talk about you. I don't need my notes because you're just too great. But so Mahanatma, you are literally the best soul. Your name, it means great soul, correct? Greatest soul. That's why I said you're the best soul. I love being around you. I can just feel your aura everywhere, and you're very skilled as a pilot and a teacher and many other things that you are. You're kind and you're fun to be around. Like if my mom's going to hang out with you, I want to come. Why, thank you. And I'm glad that I got to help you lead. And I have learned a lot being part of this group leader idea. And I'm just really thankful that I got to do it with you. Thank you. So you come back, guys. You guys get a gift.
So go ahead and pick your amethyst crystal. Amethyst is great for meditation and spiritual development, as well as protection. It's a good traveler crystal. You're welcome. She calls me Mom Jody. Okay, how's that light look now? I'm just gonna shift the podium a little so the light is better for the camera. And when you stand up here, try to stand like there. All right, Satnam. Okay, we just need to take a little, we need to put our fingers up. Everyone put your fingers up. Kids, come on up here. Smith, I know your name. Emery, Hazel, both fingers up. We just need to take a little meditation break. Ready? I am happy. I am good.
I am happy, I am good. Satanam, 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 Ji. Waheguru, Ji. I am happy, I am good. I am happy, I am good. Satanam, 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 Ji. Waheguru, Ji. One more time. I am happy, I am good. I am happy, I am good. Satanam, 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 Ji. Waheguru, Ji.
Waheguru, good job. Okay, I think later on, after we're done with all the speeches, you guys, we can go around the park and teach everyone in the park that meditation. Stand on the bridge and teach the kayakers. Okay, all right, come on up, Maria. You're gonna give your word your people.
We'll start with Mary Ellen. Radha Shakti. Sorry. Radha Shakti. Okay. As I was preparing to come, I was thinking on my girls that were in my group and the ladies, and realizing that I could talk about them all day. And also, I don't know what to say. So you have to feel what's in my heart. That the three words that that I thought about that you represent. The first one is a seeker. That you are seeking knowledge, understanding, God. You're a seeker, and you are a servant, and you're always serving others. And I don't know how many times you were telling me, oh, I'm going to help this friend, or I'm going to help my dad, or I'm doing this. You're just very busy in doing good works. And the third thing is that I see you as a very wise woman. And as someone that myself, I'm only about halfway through my life, and I feel like you are too. We're but I plan to get 100 or more. So we're just going to do it together because you take care of yourself and you are working to be your best self, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything. And I just so admire you, and I so have enjoyed seeing the transformation from the first time I met you, which was really only like a year ago, and to who you are now. And it's amazing to see the difference and to watch you transform and grow and become more of yourself and who you are, and just have it be uncovered so that you can radiate it. And I have so enjoyed, I count you as a dear friend, and it has been amazing. And here's her certificate. Yes, Radha Shakti. So, and I have a little gift for you. You can open that later, but I'll let you talk.
Oh, I feel so lucky to have Siri Kavalia. Did I say it right? Okay, that sounds right. As the group leader, and really, it's been said, but the amount of time and dedication and service that all the leaders and Nam Jyoti and her family, it's such a grassroots, pure community they're building. And I think I said this at our last training, like, I've been waiting for this, you know, like, this is amazing. It's like the whole enchilada. It's like everything I've been looking for in one practice. Because like it has been said, Fred said something about, I mean, this Kundalini Yoga, you can find out anything you want to know, any kind of guidance in any area of your life. And it overlays with Christianity. On the way home from Savannah, on the plane, I listened to a book by Steve Young called The Law of Love. And every point he made, I could overlay with Kundalini Yoga. And so there's just so much truth and guidance. I think Joseph Smith said something like, I accept truth from whence it comes. So I don't feel like I need to filter where I get truth from. And it's such a compliment what you said about being a seeker, because I think if I wasn't born into the Latter-day Saint Church, I would like convert to Sikhism or Judaism or something like that. And it's such a luxury to have more of a spiritual practice, because anyone that is drawn to Kundalini Yoga, they have a strength in spirituality and a need for spirituality, maybe more than the average person. And so to have my LDS faith, to have the emotional healing that I've learned previous, and then to have Kundalini Yoga also feels like such a blessing and such a richness that I don't know that I deserve, but I am willing to accept. And I have learned more, I think, about service from watching everyone work together to make what seems impossible possible. I think my first impression of Nam Jyoti and Phoebe was it was her birthday, and we didn't have the right ingredients for a vegan cake. And she was just like, oh, and she wasn't stressed about it. And here she was making her own birthday cake. And we found all the ingredients, and it was amazing. And I could actually eat it because it was gluten-free. And it was like, I love this, you know, like food I can eat, and like people are amazing, and we're meditating and doing yoga. And in the past, I've overdone my yoga, and it's so great to just meditate and know that that's enough. I don't have to like injure myself doing headstands and things. That was another thing. I knew Kundalini was for me because I love to do handstands, but it was like ruining my neck, you know? And you don't do headstands. They're not allowed in Kundalini Yoga, just so you know. But my favorite meditation that I'm doing right now, that is kind of from the number 7 for when I'm born. And I love it. And everyone, Kundalini Yoga is true for everyone. So you always apply it to yourself. And so you do the fingers, and they represent all these things. So I'm just, whatever first comes to mind, I'm just going to say, and maybe you'll identify with something. But we have all the elements in us. We have God in us, and we have Simran. I've been kind of studying about Simran, and Simran is, you know, God is with us, but God is in us. And when we did 2.5 hours of Eckankars, I thought that would never, I did see God within me. So I know God is within me. He's with me, but he's in me. And that makes so much sense, and to know that on a new level. But anyway, so all the elements, all the planets, all the things are in our fingers. But this pinky finger, I'm like losing my train of thought here. But okay, communication, okay? That's ironic. So communication, fire. These are all the things I have a hard time accepting apparently. Communication, fire, air. Oh, I love this one. Turning commotion and emotion into devotion. One of my favorite things we've learned this year. And then this one, wisdom, and we can change. And then this one, which is not my favorite, it's kind of boring, but I need it to be on this earth, and positive ego. And we put these two together, we can change on this earth, and we can be on this earth, and we don't have to suffer. If we meditate, we don't have to suffer. I'm really grateful. I am beyond grateful. And I do more than anything want to express that. My gratitude that this has happened. Thank you, Nam Jyoti. Thank you, Maria.
Hey, Sevak Ardas. Sevak Ardas. Steph, I actually met Steph before teacher training started, but I didn't know her very well. But the things that I know about Steph is, number one, she is a gatherer. She gathers people to love on them, I think. She was teaching classes before she became a teacher, a certified teacher. She was always a teacher. And I appreciate all that she does and all that she knows. She's also a healer, and I have been blessed by her healing. I saw her through this practice and through this teacher training experience healing within herself. Again, you're going to have to listen for my heart because the words are not here. You're also very intuitive, and I have learned so much from you, and I continue to learn from you. And I am so blessed and honored to have been with you in your journey of transformation. Satnam.
Thank you. I'll be quick. Like transformative has been the word here today. I think for the last 5 years, I've been praying for very big miracles in my heart and in my mind to change. And I will say that this is the opportunity that gave that to actually happen. It actually came through. Mommy, do you want to talk? Mommy. Yeah, mommy. Yes, it was a powerful experience for me. The prayers that I've been praying and meditating for years happened because of this experience. So thank you. I'm humbled to hear your words. You're very kind. Thank you. And meeting all the people here has been also life-changing because you learn from one another. You guys watched me walk through, I want to swear, hard times, fire, and you watched me soar. And I think we did that with each other, all of us. And that's what's so bonding and so central to our friendship. So I appreciate the friends that I made. I just have to plug the husband. Sat home for weeks. Your support is just so grateful for you. Anyway, thank you, and I'm Jyoti. Let's do it again.
So is Becca on to do Becca? Okay.
But you can talk.
Should we talk about Becca really quickly? Yeah. Becca was going to be on. She lives in Las Vegas and was not able to be here. But there's a few things about Becca that I want to share. She is a doer. She's an action girl. She is very busy and always doing and helping others. She has a big heart. I think that one thing about Becca is that she loves people. She loves people deeply and passionately. And her last thing is perseverance. She really has stuck through it. Even when it wasn't easy or she maybe didn't like it, she still stuck through it and kept going. And she will be a wonderful, amazing Kundalini yoga teacher. Satnam.
Okay, who had Lisa? In your group? Okay. Are you gonna say? We had so many people that that are great and that are not here, but we love them. I'm gonna turn it over to Crystal and then I'll finish.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Jenny. Come on up. Certificates. Official. Jenny is amazing. I was thinking about the training and everything that Jenny has had to push through. How do we put it? Everything she'd had to push through. Here, come this way so they can see us. No matter the blocks, Jenny was willing to endure. And she pushed through. And whether it was health or circumstances, no matter the case, she was very tenacious and endured through it. And I think endurance is probably the biggest trait that I'm learning from her. She was able to push through and keep her practice up even through health challenges and other circumstances, and would get online when she'd have to and she couldn't be there in person. And she has just an incredible wealth of knowledge. And besides Kundalini Yoga, and now she's added to it, when I reviewed her test with Tika, who's our other group leader who we missed, she's not here, she wasn't feeling well. Hello, Tika, I hope you're watching. We were going over her test and just we're like, wow, oh, wow. I never would have thought it that way. Oh, that's amazing. Like, she needs to write a book. And so we really have learned so much from her ourselves. She also is so skilled in many ways. She's an artist. She's skilled at reading and narrating. She read to us at the talent show, and it was just so enjoyable. She's just such an enjoyable person. She's courageous. And we're just so blessed to have her as part of our group. I have a little gift for you. It's a selenite, which is clearing and aware. It brings awareness, and that's what we're here doing. And I just appreciate the awareness you brought to all of us. Thank you for your gifts.
So even though I'm one of the last ones to come up and talk, I still don't know. I guess the only way to start is at the beginning. Kundalini Yoga came into my life at a time and a place, in a way that was really unexpected. I was having a hard time, and somebody posted online about, it was in a support group, and they were like, okay, if you are having this issue and you want something to help, come to my class. And I was really, really, really skeptical. And I've talked about this a lot in my class, or with my group. I was really skeptical. I was raised that things like this were really weird. I'll go with weird. and so it was something that if I hadn't have been feeling very desperate, I wouldn't have pursued. But I was in a place and a time where I was looking for anything to help me feel better. And I remember driving home from the first class, and I started crying on the way home. And you would think that's not necessarily a happy thing. But I cried and I felt so much better. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back. And I've been doing this off and on for almost 9 years. I remember when I started, there weren't a lot of online resources. And so I struggled to figure out how to do this. And then we moved to Utah, and I hooked up with my old teacher, and yeah, we managed to move within 30 miles of each other, even though it was 4 or 5 years apart. And I was like, oh, this is great. And then she told me, hey, Felice's teaching is doing a yoga teacher training. That was in 2019. And she's like, you should come. But it didn't work out. And then I think there was supposed to be one in 2020. And well, we all know what happened in 2020, and that didn't happen either. And so I was sitting there going, oh, this is never gonna happen, but I really want it to happen. And then 2021, or yeah, it was 2021, it was at the end, and Felice had posted, I'm doing a yoga teacher training. And I'm like, I'm gonna pray for all the blocks to be removed so I can go. And I got to go, and I got to come. And when I came, I wanted to learn how to be a good teacher. I wanted to learn the skills that I needed to have to be a good teacher. And the more time I spent coming to yoga teacher training, the more I realized I already had the skills to be a good teacher. I just didn't have the self-confidence. And it was through all these amazing people that were in class with me and teaching and being brave and getting up at teaching in 4 in the morning for our sadhana and all the other things that made me realize I had it. I could do this. And I could make my dream happen of going out and helping people like my yoga mentor helped me. And it's been awesome and lovely to come and to be strengthened by people who are working. We're not working for the same goals on the surface, but they're the same goals. Just really thankful for being able to come and learn and grow with everyone, and Sat Nam.
She's also an amazing singer, and she is an amazing teacher already. Okay, next I have Sandy. Can we get Sandy online? Here is Sandy's certificate, Kitche Rampreet. Sandy's angry. Yes. Okay, so Sandy is such a light. She is just one of those shiny beings. And when she shows up, so she, if you don't know, got her daughter and her son to come to teacher training with her. And her sister, that's right, and Gayleen. And all of them have been doing this together. And what a beautiful, beautiful, amazing experience to watch, and I'm sure for them to experience. Sometimes we'd be talking in group check, and I just think, can you be my bonus mom? You're so amazing. She really has such a way of bringing people together, and she's really understands so much. When she gets into a topic, she can just really understand it very well. She also endures very well. And just the way that she brings light and life into all of us, I'm just so, I just admire her so much for all of the goodness that she's brought. So Sandy, I love you so much. She is amazing. And she is now just a special grandma to Sawyer and her other grandbabies. And we're so grateful that you came to training, Sandy. You've been really a light in our lives, and your smile lights up the world. We love you.
Go ahead, Sandy. Okay. Thank you. Can you hear me? Yes. Yes. This has just been such a fabulous experience for me. I sort of have to pinch myself looking back. Since June, all the changes have happened. I was trying to think of when Kundalini started for me, and it's got to be 12 or 13 years ago, where I went and had an experience where I felt God's love so profoundly that it changed my definition of God. And I was talking to my husband about it this morning, and I was like, the only thing I can compare it to is it was like tasting creme brulee when I was used to tasting oatmeal. And nothing was good anymore. Nothing had the flavor. So I just had to keep going back to that practice. And I felt like everything, all my definitions of God sort of fell away. And I felt this new power and strength. And I tried to do teacher training several times in Portland, and it just never worked. And then, Waheguru, Galen said, let's do teacher training together. And who would have thought? Galen and I don't get to spend much time together, so that was such a gift. And then it just got better from there. Sam went with me, and then Kylie ended up coming, and then we had the baby, and we have our little Yogi, and I'm just so grateful. I don't know, like I look in little Sawyer's eyes, and I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. Who would have thought that I would like change my life so dramatically to have everything revolve around my yoga practice? That's a miracle right there. I don't know what else to say, but I just love you guys so much. Nam Jyoti. I think I said on our first week, I feel like I've waited my whole life to do this. And I don't feel like I've put in as much effort as God has just led me along and put all you wonderful people in my life. And I'm so thankful for the friendships that I've gained. I hope this isn't the end. I hope I see you soon. Please do teacher training too, so I can see you all again. And I'll come back with Kylie too, if she does whatever she chooses to do. But just Waheguru, every single one of you, I hope you feel how much I love and appreciate you. I feel like I never really took the opportunity to say it to you, but every single one of you just touched my heart so much, and I just feel really blessed. Waheguru, Satnam.
You can tell.
Okay, so we also had Holly and Galen and Lisa in our group. And I miss them so dearly today. I wish that they could be here with us. So Lisa is just, wow, Lisa's like the definition of concentration. When we did 2.5 hours of Langagang cars, we were sitting, and there's no breaks, there's no pauses. And she, I think, moved once, like maybe shifted one time. And she was just so focused. She really had her mental focus. And I know that's how she lives her life. When she sets her mind to something, that's what she does. There's no leniency there. And she knows what she wants, and she goes for it. And I'm so grateful that she came to be part of this practice. She wasn't eager to become a teacher, but she really is teaching us all the time. She is an amazing example. And Holly, who also has an amazing smile, we miss her as well. We haven't seen her as much because she couldn't come to some of the training. But she also is just an intuitive teacher. And she's been gaining so many insights that I've been gleaning from, and she has really pushed through obstacles in her own life and used her intuitive skills to bless the life of us and her family. And Galen, who we also love, she has come through so much as well. She has had just some extraordinary experiences, and I'm so grateful that we got to be a part of that and to share that with her. and have her in our group. She's just so much fun to be around. We love having Gayleen. She has a wonderful laugh and smile. And I'm grateful all these wonderful ladies and everybody in our group and the training have come to be part of our training. This has been an enlightenment for all of us. And like Felice said, you know, we have this, like, we're trying to be a lever, or yoga is like the lever. We're trying to be this lever to uplift and elevate, but also we are all being uplifted. It's like a rising tide raises all ships. We're just like abundantly filling the world with this spiritual goodness and wonder to raise everybody up. So I'm grateful again for Nam Jyoti for her gifts and showing up, and everybody that's helped. Satnam.
I have two more in my group that I wasn't sure if they were going to be online or not, but we don't want to skip them. Marianne Strenland was amazing. She is the mother of, I don't know, 5 kids, 5 kids. And she was always telling us about all the other trainings she was doing. Like she's doing this class that was, she has to fly here for a week. And she just has always been gathering all the knowledge and seeking for all the pieces to help herself and her family live their best life. She's also someone who find a way, make a way. She was very persevering and went through every block to make this happen. And she did miss a portion of ours and will be coming back. And so we will spotlight her again at the next graduation. And she is also just brilliant. I felt like I learned from her every time I spoke to her, that she just has a light and a quiet intensity that was just really amazing. So love you, Marianne. Is she on? Okay. The last person is Jordana, the last one in our group that has also, she lives out of state and wasn't able to be here and is still working towards her certification. But she is courageous and brave beyond imagining. She was going through a lot of transformation in her life at this time, a lot of great big growth. I saw her evolve through the time that I knew her, just raising herself up and becoming more enlightened. And again, someone who I learned every time I talked to her, and I so cherish the relationship that I have with these ladies and the opportunity to learn from them as they were going through this wonderful teacher training. Satnam. We have one more. So we couldn't let the day go by without saying thank you to Nam Jyoti. And we got you this plant. It's a burning bush. And I think maybe you could put it in your yard or something. But we appreciate you and we appreciate all that you do. And you know, the first time we did teacher training, I had no idea all that you did to make it happen and how much work went into it. And being a little bit behind the scenes with you, we see more, but I think I still don't know all that you do. And we love and appreciate you and so grateful that you are here with us at this time.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't do it without them. It would not have been possible because after the first teacher training, I had a nervous breakdown because I did too much. And so, but it was kind of like there was no one else to do it. The community hadn't really been built. Nobody knew what to do. Like they didn't know how to do Seva. They didn't know what needed to be done. And I didn't know that we should probably just have everybody do chores. That way, not like 4 people are stuck with all the dishes. So we got smarter as we went along. Anyways, so thank you for sitting with us and helping us honor our graduates. And we're just gonna close with 3 long satnams to bless the food. And then we're gonna go eat, mingle, and we will have a Kundalini dance party as we'll get some music going as soon as you're, done eating. We'll just party a little bit. Oh, but before we the mic. It's interesting. After I am hungry. Sometimes I gotta be honest. I didn't even have time to tie on a turban today. I was just running around. So I'm wearing a crown. After the satnams, can I get all the? Actually, can I get you all now? Let's get all the teachers up here, so we can have a big kind of kumbaya group hug, and then we'll do satnam, and then we'll go out there and do some photos. Yeah, we'll turn around. And she'll do a great, this is Charlotte. She's also in training. Wait, we didn't spotlight Charlotte. Charlotte's a half-time student. She's a part-time student. She's working her way through. Okay. Okay, ready? Let's bring our hands together. Everybody, this is how we bless the food. We bring our hands together. We take a deep breath in. We're going to chant 3 long satnams. It's a long sat and a short nam. And then afterwards, I might say a few more words of prayer, but this will tune us into the true name, which I believe is Jesus Christ. So ready? Waheguru. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be holy. May we be free from suffering. Bless this food, dear Lord God, Mother and Father, to be filled with our love and help our bodies to absorb all the nutrients and all the love. And bless us to have fun. And bless all those out there who are reaching for truth and looking for what a community, and help us to find them and help them to find us. And thou art the doer. In Jesus' name, amen. As the cowboys say, let's eat. If you brought food and it's in the fridge, go put it out on the table. Also, there's flyers if anybody wants to hand them around the park for the next teacher training. It starts in 3 weeks from Monday. We're just doing another one.
All right, Tom, good job. Yeah, I'm probably gonna shut down, like, probably leave for a moment. So what's the deal? Do you have time to hang out tomorrow? Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to arrange for sure.
Oh, yeah. Stop the live stream.